Brought to tears when you discussed moving past bitterness and resentment last night. My whole life I've struggled with debilitating ADHD that doesn't respond to medication. I developed severe depression, then emotional numbness, and attempted at age 18 and again at 23.
Do we really have to read 4 more of these? Oh my God. Okay.
Clippy Groip sent $10, 2/5. I'm staring down the barrel of 30, and I've had a total failure to launch. I'm stuck living with my parents, and I'm trapped working as a custodian because my brain is so fucked up that I can't do anything else. It took a Herculean amount of effort for me to focus long enough to write this. Clippy Groip sent $10, 3/5. A while back, I wanted to apply for one of your internships because I'm interested in filmmaking and editing. I was a digital media major in college, but I decided against it because both my father and sister are feds. And given my condition, I wouldn't be able to keep up with projects anyway. Clippy Groip sent $10, 4/5. Point being, the only emotions I really feel at this point are hollow sadness and bitter hatred. And for obvious reasons, my relationship with God has been strained for the past 12 years. But on rare occasions, he speaks to me through other people, and last night I heard him loud and clear. Clippy Groip sent $10, 5/5. You and the Grow Wipers are the only reason I haven't tried to myself again, and indeed, the only reason I'm still Christian. If possible, I'd like to ask for prayers, both for myself and that other Grow Wipers would see this and learn from my mistakes. Thanks for everything you do.
You sound like a huge narcissist. Is what you sound like.
Look, you Groypers know that I don't always agree with what Nick has to say, but in this video, I 100% agree with what Nick is saying. So whether you're on the left or the right, I think this is really good advice for everybody. So pay attention.
To be honest with you. So, I mean, there is something narcissistic about self-pity. There's something very narcissistic about saying, woe is me, why me? You know, I have had a failure to launch because of ADHD. ADHD that doesn't respond to medication. That sounds like long COVID. Okay, it'd be one thing if you had, dude, I know people in wheelchairs that are more on top of it. You had medication-resistant ADHD. That's why you're a janitor. And I tried to myself, and here's my 5 messages, and everyone pray for me. Like, you sound like a huge narcissist. So I would say you are not the most important person in the world. You need to seek humility, okay? I'm glad you like the show, but this like, oh, all I felt is bitterness and hatred. Like, you are not entitled to feel bitter. You're not entitled to feel hatred. You're not, the world owes you nothing. The world owes you nothing. So if you're a...
Yeah, write that down real quick. I'm sorry to interrupt, but the world owes you nothing. Whatever you want out of this world, whatever you make is because you make it, not because someone gives you something.
Loser, if you feel like a loser, if you don't make money, if you have a low status job and you're bitter and hateful, that's because you feel like the world owes you something. You feel entitled, and you should feel entitled to nothing. Okay? I have crippling ADHD. People have fought back from far worse. Get your shit together. To get over yourself. That's my advice. Get the fuck over yourself. Terrible attitude. This is like one of these sob stories that a woman would fall for. Oh my gosh, I love to hear that. No, this just stinks of narcissism. I'm stuck living with my parents. Dude, so is everybody. I'm trapped working as a custodian because my brain is so fucked up. I can't do anything else. That just sounds like an excuse. If you could be a custodian, you could do a lot of things. Being a custodian is like a low-skill job. There's other jobs you could get, I'm sure. So this, like, I hate the world because I live with my parents and I'm in my 20s. Dude, a lot of people have shit jobs, live with their parents, and are in their 20s. And they don't feel entitled to be bitter or commit suicide. And they don't blame it on ADHD. So these are lame excuses. Someone needs to tell you this. Someone needs to tell you this. Get over yourself. Stop making excuses for yourself. You are not entitled to be bitter and hateful. You should be grateful to be alive. You should be grateful to have your parents. You should be grateful to have a home. And if you want more out of life, then you need to get your shit together. Otherwise, you should be grateful that you have a job. You know? If you're
Sorry, disagree with Nick a little bit there. Living at your parents' house in your 20s, no. Your parents should have kicked you the fuck out of the house. Go be a man. Go figure it out. Living with your parents in your 20s, Jesus Christ.
ADHD is so debilitating, you should feel grateful that you got something going on. What the fuck does the world owe you? You know, I love when people think that if someone is successful out there, it's because, you know, they got lucky. Everybody's got problems. You think you're the only one with problems? Everybody's got problems. I have medication-resistant ADHD. There's some people that don't have arms and legs. There's people that don't have faces. You know. There's people that are mentally retarded. There's people that have overcome far worse. And you're bitching because you're living with parents that love you in a house. You have a job. And you're in your 20s? Get over yourself. What do you think the world owes you at this stage? If you think you're entitled to more, you need to work for it. You need to work on your problems. Everybody pray for me. How about you work hard first? I really don't like that super chat. I really don't like that. 5 messages is like, holy. And by the way, suicide, fuck you. I'm not one of these people that says, oh, you try to commit suicide, poor you. You try to commit suicide, fuck you. You know, and my grandfather committed suicide. I think that's one of the most selfish things that anybody in my family has ever done. And I don't know him. I never met him. I don't know what he was going through. But what he did to my grandmother, what he did to my mother, to my uncle, how he affected generations, the suffering that caused, the way that rippled over generations, over half a century.
Damn, this is apparently very personal with Nick. Because in this sense, I'm like, whatever. You know, you want to kill yourself, kill yourself. Nobody really cares. Just take out some life insurance first. Don't be selfish.
I don't feel bad for people that commit suicide. Like, unless it's somebody, you know, the guy that gave money to me, that was an extraordinary circumstance. He had this debilitating neurological condition. You know, some of the euthanasia stuff, there's an ethical question. But you're saying you're going to kill yourself because you're sad, because you're 20 and you're sad? I mean, what a joke, dude. I have no pity. I have next to no pity. And I get it. It's a touchy subject. It's obviously, when someone takes their life, it's a very sad thing for everybody. But, you know, don't come to me with that. Oh, you're the only reason I didn't kill myself. Really? How about your parents? What is your mom going to think when you kill yourself? You thought of that even for once? You think what anybody else would think for 1 second? That you have obligations? That's just ridiculous. I think it's a very selfish thing. Nobody thinks of that either. It's a very, in my opinion, a very narcissistic act in almost every case.
Yeah, basically, I'm sorry, but I think if you want to kill yourself, do what you got to do. But the ones that drive me crazy are the ones who want to, you know, do a mass killing and then kill themselves. Nah, kill yourself first. Save everybody the trouble. Okay, your problems are not my problems. It's not the people in your school's problems. So you want to do what you got to do, just do it. But leave us out of it.
In some cases, you read some horror stories where somebody's like a vegetable and they want to die. It's like, okay, I kind of understand that on some level. But I think there's a lot of kids that it is just like this narcissistic self-talk that whips them up into this, oh, I got to do it. Have you thought about what your parents would think? You're the only reason I wouldn't do it. Why? Because I'm giving you a dopamine rush right now? What was the rant that did it? Giving up bitterness or something? Well, I mean, I'm glad that resonated with you, but you need a little tune-up, man. Bad attitude. If I had a kid and they attempted suicide, I would beat the shit out of them. I mean, you would be sympathetic. Obviously, it's your kid, but it's like, that's just insane. That's insane.
Yeah, like you would beat the shit out of them sympathetically. That makes sense.
You can't be doing that, man. Think about someone other than yourself. So, but I'm glad to hear it. Listen, we're glad you're still with us. We are glad you're still with us.
Really?
And I'm glad
Why?
you're inspired. But here's the next step. You got to get out of that loser mentality. No more, I'm going to myself. No more, I can't get ahead because of my ADHD. No more, I hate the world because I don't have more. Got to get over that, okay, buddy? Be grateful for what we have. Every day above the ground is a good day, okay? Whatever your station, the sunlight is free. You have to get a sense of perspective. So.
That's enough. Totally agree. Agree with every fucking thing Nick just said. Grow up. Stop thinking the world owes you something and stop feeling sorry for yourself. That's fucking pathetic.